Welcome to Forsyth County News Football Media Day. Thank you to the North Forsyth Raiders for joining us. We are sponsored by Bryan Properties, and we're going to give a special shout out to Lenny's Grill and Subs. We've got Coach Robert Kraft, I believe going into your 8th year.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, year 8.
And I'll let him kind of introduce the players that he's brought and just talk a little about the program to start off.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Forsyth County News for having us here today and for just continuing the tradition every year of hosting this and getting football kicked off here in Forsyth County. And then also want to thank the sponsors. I know that's a big deal, Bryan Properties, for making this happen and for helping put this on. Brought several of our guys here today. First, starting to my right here is returning starter defensive end BRODY Hancock. To my right is tight end Walker Roberts. To my left is Dylan Parker, one of our linebackers, and then our quarterback Eli Sini.
All right, Coach. Well, the last time I saw you was following a thrilling victory over Blessed Trinity in the first round of the state playoffs. Can you talk about what that victory meant for the program?
Yeah, anytime you have a chance to host a playoff game, what a unique honor. You have to be first or second in your region to do that. So it's number one, it's just difficult to do that. So to have that opportunity, Raider Valley is a very special place. So we take a lot of pride in getting to play at home, getting to play in front of our student section, our home crowd, the Coal Mountain community. All that played a huge part in that win. Having the opportunity to go against a historic program like Blessed Trinity, the years and years of success they've had, all of that, and then in the fashion we were able to win in. So it was a landmark victory for our program, one that no doubt we want to build on as it catapults us into this season. So and then looking forward, wanting the opportunity to host again and having that opportunity to be in that position as a playoff host is a special honor.
Yeah, and obviously, finished runner-up last year. Would have loved to, been able to bring a region championship back to Coal Mountain. But overall, what was your assessment of the first year in that new classification and the new region?
Yeah, I think our region proved to be very tough with how, us winning a playoff game, Gainesville winning some playoff games, proved to show the state how good our region was. So it's been a good move, I think, for our entire athletic department. The move down to 6A saw our athletic department as a whole make great strides all across the board. So it was new to us. Really, Gainesville was the only team in that region we had played in the 7 years that I had been there so far. So some new opponents. I think for our players and coaches, it brought kind of a freshness to it, getting to play some teams that these guys had never played before either. And so we were able to maintain some county rivalries with Forsyth Central, West Forsyth, and then kind of step out of Forsyth County, play some new opponents. And, there's been quite a few coaching changes within the region, so I think you're going to see teams maybe with a new head coach this year or maybe in year 2 continue to take some great strides. So we have to build on what we did last year because it won't get any easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, switching over to the players, sort of along the same lines, how did it feel to you all to, be in a new region and stuff? Like Coach said, you still played Central and West, kept, those rivalries intact. But was it a little weird not being in the so-called Forsyth region anymore?
Yeah, I feel like some of the rivalries were kind of broken in a way because we didn't get to play some of those teams, but we still got to play Central and West, so that was good. And it was, like Coach said, it was nice to play some new teams.
I don't know. It was good seeing different opponents and stuff, and just kind of traveling farther is fun. Not seeing the same thing over and over.
What else add to it?
I was happy to be able to still play West and still get to kick their butts every year. We gotta love that. Love it every year.
I just think it was a great, like the guy said earlier, it's just nice getting to play the same rivalry teams that we had, but it was nice getting to mix up and getting to play some new opponents, and I'm glad how we looked.
And, sticking with the players, what are some of the games you all are looking forward to, this season? Some of those dates you've circled, I'd have to think that Gainesville's got to be one of them.
Gainesville, I'm looking to be one of our biggest games of the year. I really think it's going to be good to play them. Hopefully we can come out with a win this year. We're looking good as a team. It's going to be good.
Man, Gainesville, that's probably the biggest one on our schedule for sure, coming out of there with just a close loss, and we had it and up to halftime, and I think that's a really big game for us, and that's a crucial point in our season for sure.
Yeah, Gainesville, but also we play Creekview again, and I'd like to beat them because last year we did not play like we could have, and then the CORCH, we fell short last year as well, so to be able to compete there again, that should be fun.
I'm going to have to go with West and just keeping our streak going, 3-0 streak. And obviously Gainesville, as I played in that kind of redemption game for me.
All right, Coach. Now, as exciting as as last season was for you all, there were a lot of key seniors who graduated. How is it trying to find that next group of leaders to replace the likes of Wes Roberts, Logan Curry, Chris Herock, Colin Miller, who were the four who were flanking you last year at this event?
Yeah. So we did a great senior class and a group of seniors who had really played for several years, as starters and just contributors. So, but I feel like that every year, where every year you're trying to fill the gaps of your football team. And so certainly those were some key pieces on defense and on the offensive side of the ball. Thankfully, there's not just one position that was totally wiped out a year ago. We were starting 5 new offensive linemen. And so we don't have a position this year really where we lost the whole group, which is really nice. We feel like we have depth spread out throughout that. And then I'm excited about these guys getting an opportunity to step into a leadership role, to step into a bigger role offensively and defensively as far as the impact they're going to have on the football team. How we're going to need them to step up. And so as a coach, each year, that's one of the best parts, to always see maybe who even surprises you that you weren't expecting that individual to maybe step up into that role, whether it was as a leader or whether it was statistically. So this group, how they've worked since January, gives our coaching staff no reason to doubt them whatsoever, as they're going to lead our team and then also be able to produce on the field.
And obviously, like I said, one of the people you'll be replacing was your starting quarterback. I say it's the fact that Elijah's sitting up here. I mean, is that your endorsement of him? And can you talk a little about him and what he brings to the position?
Yeah, so each year you're always looking for the quarterback position is such a unique position. You need someone who's going to take command not only of that position, but the offense and then really the entire team. And so going back to the winter and spring, we had a 3-man competition for that, and all 3 of the guys just did a fantastic job of how they worked, how they prepared themselves. But Eli really rose above them and really did it in quick fashion. He had a great spring, and that goes to his work ethic. He put a lot of time. Nothing was given to him whatsoever. He earned the opportunity, and so performed really well in our inter-squad game. Then we went to Woodstock. He played really well there, and then all summer he's continuing to get better every day. As a first-year starter, he's not going to be without mistakes, but he's got a great group of 5 returning offensive linemen, a returning running back, and so he's got guys around them that he's going to be able to depend on to help him as he gets his feet wet the first part of the season.
All right, and I guess for you, Eli, obviously got the Corky Kell game, start off the year, coming up fast now. What's kind of your main focus between now and then to be as ready as you can be for your first varsity start there?
My main focus is just to get the team chemistry up and just make sure we're all on the same page and make sure guys are giving 100% effort every single play. We're all going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes, but just making sure that we're going 100% every single play and just wear teams out by that third and fourth quarter and just run up a score.
And so this will be the kind of last question for the players. So in regards to individual goals and also like team-oriented expectations, what are you hoping to see this year?
I'm hoping to see this year that we can at least make the playoffs and have a big goal is like the same thing we did last year, have a home playoff game like that, be like Coach Kraft said, being first or second in the region, and also have a good game against Gainesville. That's obviously one that we wish we had back, and I think that's a really good goal to look forward to.
Every week on the defense side of the ball, we have goals we're trying to hit. And just for us as a defense to hit all our goals every week, week in and week out, and just to build a strong chemistry between the guys from the linebackers, DBs to the D-line, just to come together as a whole, and then offensively to get some points on the board and make sure we're doing well all around.
Yeah, so from an offensive standpoint, we're definitely going to be, just different, like playing style than we were last year. And like Coach said, we have returning running back and all of our linemen. And so we're probably going to be running the ball a little bit more. So, and I'm a tight end, so I'll need to block for that. So just to have more success running the ball this year. And then, of course, like Eli said, beating Gainesville and making the playoffs.
A lot of all I've been able to think about is that region championship, and just to, instead of coming runner-up, actually getting it this time, just getting that chance again at Gainesville, because just the heartbreaking loss we took.
All right, Coach. Now for you, like I said, breaking in a lot of new starters and guys ahead of the Corky Kell game. What's kind of your main focus, and what are some of the points of emphasis, I guess, between now and then?
Yeah, so the biggest thing for us each year is we want to play our best football when it matters the most, into October, November, when the region games. And I thought we did a really good job last year of, competing in our non-region. Our non-region schedule really prepares us for our region with Archer, Forsyth Central, West Forsyth, and Creekview. Those are all teams that would fare really well in our region. So we're going to be prepared when we get to that mid-September. But we would really want to just be climbing every day. That's what we've talked about all offseason, is we're trying to climb a ladder ultimately to where our region games get to, and be sure that we're getting better every week and really each day throughout that. So as through the ups and downs, we got to just be able to handle those. And ultimately, when we get to our first region game mid-September, we want to be really hitting on all cylinders.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you again to the North Forsyth Raiders for joining us today. Be sure to check them out this season. For Forsyth County News Football Media Day, I'm Nicholas Sullivan. Thanks for watching.